Hey guys, it's Reagan. It's actually September 30th today, and I'm popping in here because I want to kind of fill in some of my birth vlog. It's been 3 months since I've had my baby, but I'm finally able to kind of put the vlog together and put my story out there. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get right into it and explain some things. So to start off, my due date was June 21st, so that's when I was 40 weeks. I went in for a 40-week check and I was 3 centimeters dilated. So that was kind of my starting point, and fast forward to the next day, June 22nd, I wake up probably around like 6 in the morning and I start having contractions. In the vlog, I will be using different language. I say pressure waves. That just means contractions. I did hypno babies, and if you're not familiar with hypno babies, it's just a program that teaches you how to really relax your body in a form of hypnosis. So I listen to hypnosis tracks. I have different language around birth to kind of frame my mindset to be more positive. So yeah, it's just a way to really relax your body and help baby move down and progress your labor in a more positive way. Is like the 20-second description of hypno babies, but I did it with my first. I loved it, so I wanted to do it again. So my goal was to have a natural birth again. I wake up around 6:30 in the morning to pressure waves, and they were like just starting, so it was like every probably 5 to 10 minutes, lasting like 30 seconds. And we just went about my day. It was a really slow morning. I woke up before everybody else, so I was able to like drink my coffee, kind of just like sit with myself and take in the fact that this was like my last day probably with just one baby. So I was really just trying to focus, relax, rest my mind, and enjoy a slow morning.
It is June 22nd, 7 in the morning, 7:45 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure it is baby day. It's still early, so that's why I'm whispering, because people are still sleeping, but I've been having pressure waves since early morning, and they kept waking me up. So finally I couldn't like lay in bed any longer. So I got up, enjoyed my coffee by myself. Charleston was still sleeping. I've been tracking them. They're happening like roughly every 5 minutes for like, I don't know, 30 seconds. They're still obviously very early stages, but I think it's happening. Let me see if we can get a belly shot. Yesterday was my guest date, so if she comes today, or if today is even just like the start of things, then I'll be very happy. Yeah, I'm really ready to meet her. This pregnancy has been a lot harder, so I'm just ready to have her out and meet her. And yeah, so we'll see if this is actually the start. I really hope it is. I really hope it is, but I will check back in later.
It wasn't until probably like 3 to 4 o'clock that they picked up a little bit more, that I was having to like breathe through my contractions, and I couldn't I had to like stop what I was doing. And then around 5 o'clock we ordered dinner because my pressure waves were, I think, every like 3 minutes-ish probably, if I'm remembering correctly. And they were growing in intensity. So I knew that I was like, for my comfort, you always hear that like second labors go by a lot faster. So I just am way more comfortable in a hospital setting. My biggest fear was giving birth at home on accident. So I did not want that to happen. I felt like I was in a good place, so I wanted to go to the hospital. So I quickly eat dinner. We ordered Chick-fil-A. and then we head to the hospital.
Okay, it's 5:45. I look crazy, but 5:45, June 22nd, not January. We're headed to the hospital. I have not filmed a lot, obviously. It tends to be a trend with our birth vlogs, but we'll be better once we get to the hospital. My pressure waves are like 2 to 3 minutes apart for the last at least almost 2 hours. And they're growing in intensity. I can't talk through them. I'm really having to focus. So we're heading to the hospital. We're heading to the hospital. I have a doula who will meet us there after I get admitted. And yeah, I'll see you at the hospital.
It's like a 25-minute drive to the hospital. And so I gave birth in Charlotte, North Carolina. I live in South Carolina. On the way, on the freeway, probably like less than 5 minutes from the hospital, the car in front of us completely flips across the freeway. Luckily, there was no other cars in the space of the car that flipped, so no one else got injured. But Cody's like, I'm literally in the middle of a contraction, and I open my eyes and I see the car flipping across the freeway. So, as you can imagine, terror sets in and immediately panic. And Cody, being the man that he is, because this has happened on more than one occasion actually for us, asks if he needs to stop to like pull over and help the guy. And my first thought was, I'm in labor, like we don't have time for this. And then we drive by the car, like we drive up next to him to like kind of get an eyeball to see if like everyone's okay. No one was getting out of the car, so I told Cody, like, get out, go help him. So he helps the guy. Long story short, ends up coming back. Everyone was okay. He let other people take care of the guy, and we get back in the car and get to the hospital. So crazy drive there. I end up getting to the hospital around 7. We get to triage. They check me. I'm still the same as yesterday, so I'm still 3 centimeters dilated. So my midwife said, walk around for 2 hours, do lunges, do squats, get baby moving down, try not to sit. So I did exactly that.
Well, we got to triage, and there's been no change from yesterday. She's still 3 centimeters dilated, the water's still intact, and still at a -1 station. She's having a pressure wave now.
At this point, I think they were probably like, I don't know, every 3 to 4-ish minutes, lasting close to a minute long. At this point, I started noticing that I was having back labor. It had been like this all morning, but I thought it was just like due to standing a lot instead of sitting during like early labor at home. So at this point, after I got checked, and it's this like 2-hour waiting period, my back labor got more intense. So I'm like, Cody's having to do counter pressure on my back basically for every contraction I'm having. So I go out into the lobby because my mom wasn't able to come back to triage with us. We walk around, I'm doing squats, I'm doing lunges, literally nonstop.
All right. The midwife wanted us to walk around.
What are you saying?
She wanted us to walk around for about 2 hours. So
1 hour left.
we walked around the hospital for about an hour. And she was doing some squats and lunges. And now she's having another pressure wave.
Can you rub up here? Every time I get down, I feel like just so much pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This whole birth vlog is just gonna be me doing squats and lunges, just like a fit queen. First time I've done squats and lunges in probably 15 years.
You can play Eye of the Tiger in the background.
As Cody eats cookies. Okay. Are you recording me? How's my form?
Looks good.
Be summer ready.
Oh my, okay.
We hired a doula, I think I said, so we were keeping her kind of in the loop with everything. I wanted her there sooner than later because I didn't know how fast things were going to go at this point, and I felt like things were getting really intense. So we were keeping her in the loop with everything, and so I think around 8:30 they were going to check me again at 9, so we're like 30 minutes away from getting checked again. Things were getting really intense. Contractions were coming every 1 to 2 minutes, lasting a minute. So my body had hardly any breaks in between. I could not get my body to relax. So it comes to 9 o'clock and they check me again, and I'm only 4 centimeters dilated. So I was happy because they were going to admit me. So my biggest fear was giving birth at home. So I was so happy because they were admitting me, but I was so defeated because I'm only 4 centimeters dilated. So they admit me, but it takes like an hour and a half to get to a room. So I'm in triage this entire time, and I'm just with my husband because my mom can't come back. And Cody called my doula asking her to come, and she said she wasn't going to come until I got admitted. But technically we were like already admitted, we just were waiting for a room, and we didn't know how long it was going to take. But at this point I know mentally I'm 4 centimeters dilated, but I am contracting every 1 to 2 minutes, and it's lasting a minute, and they are so intense. Like, I mentally was already asking for an epidural. I did not do that with my first until I was in transition, and that means you're like 8 to 9 centimeters almost ready to push. It's like the most intense part of labor, and it typically only lasts, I think, like between 30 minutes to an hour sometimes. So I was in that mindset that I need an epidural. I don't know how I can do this without one if I'm only 4 centimeters dilated. So I had no hope for a natural birth anymore. I was like, there's no way I can do this. The only thing that was in my favor, I guess, to follow a natural birth was that I was in triage, so I couldn't get one until I was admitted. So fast forward to 10:30, I finally get to a room. Pressure waves are still every 1 to 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes. They are back to back. I think I'm in there for like 5 minutes. My goal is to like get in a bath and relax, and hopefully like baby will move. But my midwife comes in probably within like 5 minutes of being in the room, and she wants me to do the side lying release position, which essentially is I'm on the bed laying on each side with my foot hanging off the bed, and I lay in that position for 5 contractions on each side. This was intense, because for me to find relief during a contraction, I like to stand, I like to swing the hips, I like to bend over and get Cody's pressure on my back. So laying down was like the position where I felt the most pressure. So it was obviously the most uncomfortable position. So the goal for this position was to get baby in the optimal position. So instead of sunny side up, which was where her head is facing the sky, we wanted her turned around to where her head was facing the ground. So yeah, so we do that. I'm on the left side first. I do 5 contractions, and I think the last contraction on the left side is where I started feeling like really intense pressure. So I say, I'm feeling really intense pressure. I say that out loud to my midwife, and she just responds with, "That's okay, trust your body." So I'm like, okay. But in my mind, I'm gaslighting myself, because I know that this is what it felt like to have to push, to like bear down and push my baby out. But I'm telling myself, I'm only 4 centimeters dilated. There's no way I'm ready to push. My water hasn't broken yet. And we're just doing this to get baby in the right position. I'm not ready to like push a baby out yet. So I'm gaslighting myself. So then we turn on my right side, and within the like first or second contraction, I have to push. I say out loud, I have to push out. I have to push baby out. And they're like, okay, do what you need to do. So I'm like, I'm still at this point gaslighting myself. I'm like, there's no way. So I start bearing down, and of course I'm pushing a baby out. And the first time I bear down, they lift my leg up, and baby's head is right there, and it comes out in one push, and my water breaks at the same time. And I didn't even know her head was out. I thought I was crowning, but her head was already out. So it was crazy. And then I push again, and her whole body comes out. Literally in 2 pushes, in like seconds, I go from thinking I'm only 4 centimeters to my baby is here. So that kind of explains a little bit as to why I do not have any footage. It goes from me literally doing squats and lunges in a waiting room to me having my baby on my lap.
She sounds great. You like to have it. So first test, 99.8.
Obviously did not make it because she never left her house, and by the time I was in my room, the baby was basically born. She was born at 11 o'clock. We got to my room by I think 10:30, 10:40, so I was only in my room for less than 30 minutes before the baby was there. So yeah, my doula didn't make it. So my goal was to have Cody reading my hypnosis scripts, my mom filming, and my doula doing the like counter pressure and just like helping me with like relaxing. That was the goal. That never happened, unfortunately, which I'm really sad about, because I was really looking forward to having a doula, and now I'm just like, well, I like future births, I'm like, it's not even, I spent so much money on a doula, and I didn't even get her. So for future births, I'm probably never going to use a doula again, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, I had her at 11 o'clock, and we didn't want to cut her cord until it was done pulsing, but weirdly enough, it was pulsing for 45 minutes. So her cord was short, so she was stuck like on my lower half of my belly because her cord was still attached, and it was pulsing for 45 minutes. So for 45 minutes, she was down there, and I couldn't bring her up to my chest until the cord was done. But hey, she milked it dry, so she got all the nutrients she needed. But yeah, it was a beautiful labor. It was intense, it was fast. It was so different from my first, but I wouldn't change a thing other than maybe having more support people, but it was crazy. So I really just wanted to film and kind of fill in the missing spots. But so yeah, she was born June 22nd, and because she was born at 11 p.m., we were there for basically another day and a half because we had to spend at least 24 hours, but to do all her tests. So then we left the following morning after the 24 hours. So we were there for like 36 hours.
Well, I'd like to just state that we don't suck at vlogging. My birth was just incredibly fast. So it is the next day. Me and her are healthy. Recovery has been very easy. I've had like no issues. She's healthy. She weighed 7 pounds 4 ounces, and then she was 19 inches long. So she's smaller than our first, and I will show you her.
Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try.
So yeah, that's our baby. Her name is Winslow June Conlon. We will call her Winnie. And she has been great. She's been eating a lot while attempting to. She's been nursing and latching really well for long periods of time. And then she's sleeping really great. And these were my support people, my mom and husband. They were great. My doula never made it, so yeah, they really filled in.
My lesson, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever.
We are headed home from the hospital. It is Monday at like 1 o'clock. So we've just been waiting all day to get discharged. But baby is good. She's
Think to myself, and I'm thinking out loud.
She's all cheeks. But we haven't really filmed a whole lot because there hasn't been much to film other than just us soaking in the time with the baby. But Charlie is napping right now when we get home, so when she wakes up I will film them.
Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. I feel so free. I'm a sweet baby.
Was this a surprise, Charlie? No, that's not Ellie. No, it's not Ellie. Who is this? Who is in Mommy's belly? Yeah, it's Winslow. That's baby Sissy, Charlie.
I hold her.
You want to hold her?
You want to hold her?
Yeah.
You have to sit down in the chair.
Here, let me give you this pillow. Let me give you the big rainbow pillow. Can I do that?
Yeah. Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
No,
It's Winslow.
Winnie.
This is your sister.
It's Wendy.
Yeah, it's baby Sissy.
Mimi.
Mimi has to hold her because you're. Oh, you got her. Okay, yeah, perfect. There you go, baby. Oh, look. Who is that? Is that your sis? Is that your sissy? She's not in Mommy's tummy anymore. She's out of Mommy's belly. Now we get to give her hugs and kisses. Oh, it's so sweet. Look at her little fingers. Oh, it's so nice. Is she soft? Isn't she so cute?
This blanket.
Yeah. There's her little legs. You're giving her tickles. Look at there's your little feetsies.
Whoa. That's small, that's small.
It is
Little small
little
feet.
toes.
Yeah, keep her
Oh,
warm.
little finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be gentle, baby.
Yeah, she's sleeping. Watch your fingers, okay?
Oh.
Oh.
Tired.
She's tired.
Babies sleep a lot, so she sleeps all the time. Are you happy? Is that a good surprise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you love her?
Yeah.
I am now 3 months postpartum. My baby is 3 months, and it has been honestly a lot easier of a transition than I thought it was going to be. Postpartum was so, I'm only 3 months, so I'm like wanting to knock on wood because I don't want to jinx it, because I know like it still can like be emotional, but it was so easy. I did not tear. And then obviously I had no medication, so that alone like really improves your healing process and recovery. But it honestly felt like I did not birth a child. I could walk immediately, which was not like with Charlie. I showered at the hospital, did not shower at the hospital with Charlie. I didn't even want to stand up because my stomach felt so weird. It just was literally a night and day difference, and it was such a positive experience. My hormones have not felt out of whack. Obviously I'm sure they are because I'm postpartum, but I have not been emotional. I don't know, it's just crazy. But Charlie loves Winslow. She's constantly asking to hold her. She loves her so much, and it's so sweet to see her as a big sister because she's still my little baby. She's only 2.5 years old. So yeah, it's been really fun, kind of in this new phase of my life, and it's been really enjoyable. Obviously there's hard days. I'm not trying to come on here and say that everything is perfect. There's hard days, and balancing 2 kids now is obviously way different than balancing just one, but you figure it out, and your routine changes a little bit, but it's all been worth it, and I wouldn't change a thing. I wanted to show Winslow now that she's 3 months old. This is Winslow June. We call her Winnie. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? You say hi, camera. She is so sweet. She sleeps so well. She eats so well. She's such a chill baby. Can you say hi? Say hi. Can you say Winnie? Thank you for watching, and I hope to be making more videos. I know I said this in my last video, but literally when I filmed that video, I found out like shortly after that I was pregnant, and I had horrible morning sickness throughout my pregnancy, so that's why I never picked up a camera again until my second birth vlog. So I'm really hoping to film more. I really enjoy like looking back at my videos, especially with my kids, to see like them growing. It's like family videos essentially. So I'm really hoping to film more. Yeah, who knows what will be next, but I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.